Good morning. 4:51 Tuesday mornings. We're joined by Scott Shellady. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You spend much of your day on the floor there in Chicago at Trade. Was it kind of a tale of two cities yesterday with the wheat kind of on its own as far as strength?
You know, wheat's probably the only one that's really got a story. We had some negative NOPA crush news for beans, negative export inspections for corn, and then, wheat, folks are starting to worry about how things are kind of dry out there, and it kind of took off. And yeah, you're right, it was a tale of two cities, and it looks as though that today things have kind of quieted down a little bit. We've got beans off about 3.5 cents, corn off 1.5, but the wheat's still hanging in there, up about 0.5 cent.
All right, are we poised for a turnaround Tuesday in any way today?
Well, we're going to have to get the volumes have got to pick up. We're all standing around kind of watching the weather for wheat, any type of news that comes in for corn and beans. Things are heavy for beans because there's still a lot of talk about guys going to beans that can make more money than they can right now with corn, and then we all sit there and watch that dollar. So I think it's going to be about the dollar today. We don't have any other really big headlines out there, and of course we all sit around and wait for the acreage report at the end of the month.
Now, yeah, you mentioned the dollar. Does this mean that the fundamentals of the ag commodity markets, there's a fundamental change in the fundamentals? Are we going to have a strong dollar for a while?
Yes, we are. The dollar has been made stronger by about 20 to 22 other countries around the world that have moved to weaken theirs in the hopes of getting themselves out of their own problems. And the dollar has just been an unwitting powerhouse, and we've got a dollar index we all stare at. It's made its yearly move up to around 100 in the DXY. So it's going to be something that we have to pay attention to. That's already starting to hurt multinationals and their earnings. So why wouldn't it start to hurt exporters too?
Right. Second half of March now. Usually we're the industries are buying acres. How do you see the grain markets behaving here in the last part of March?
I think beans are going to trade heavy. I think that there's a lot of guys moving over to beans, and the stories are doing the rounds that way. And I also feel we've had some farmers really kind of doing some tours on the floor as of late, and I've spoken to the guys out by our farm. It just feels as though that we've had two bumper crops. A lot of last year's stuff hasn't been sold for both corn and beans. We're going to need something here to give us a shocker to the upside.
All right, very good. Scott Shellady, TJM Investments down there in Chicago. Thanks so much for your input today.
Talk to you next week.
All right, have a great day. All right, time is 4:53. Coming up next, another check of the forecast and a preview of what's coming up next on The Valley Today.